Okay, Sunday night football. We got a game with playoff implications. It's the 8-6 Tampa Bay Buccaneers heading to Dallas to play the 6-8 Cowboys. I love this matchup. Defensive head coach Todd Bowles, one of the best at what he does, against an offensive head coach, Mike McCarthy, who's done a great job reinventing this Cowboy offense. They've won 3 out of 4 games, and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers have won 4 straight. This is going to be an interesting matchup. Tampa Bay is coming off a 40-17 thrashing of the Chargers. They had over 500 yards of offense. They limited the Chargers to 200, and it was their best performance of the year. Dallas had a convincing win on the road at Carolina. Cooper Rush has settled in at quarterback. 10 touchdown passes, 3 interceptions. They're balanced. Rico Dowdle's running the rock, over 100 yards rushing in each of his last 3 games. And Micah Parsons is back at full strength for Dallas. He had 2 sacks last week, 8 pressures. He's all over the place. Tampa Bay's got to be very, very conscious of where number 11 is. The Buccaneers have a 1-game lead in the NFC South. And if they win this game, they have 2 home games against Carolina and New Orleans. There's a good chance Tampa Bay could win 7 straight games and head into the playoffs with a lot of momentum. The Cowboys are in a desperate mindset. They got to win to stay alive. If they lose this football game, they are out. So I look for head coach Mike McCarthy, who calls the plays, to call a very aggressive game. Don't be surprised if there's some gadgets going forward on 4th down in some difficult situations. The Cowboys, they have their back against the wall. They got to find a way to win this game. Tampa Bay has been an excellent road team. They're 5-2 on the road, and both of those losses came in overtime. Dallas has not played particularly well at home at all. But I will say this, Tampa Bay doesn't seem to like night games. I never really liked night games either. I couldn't stay awake that late. But the Buccaneers have lost their last 5 night games in primetime. They've lost 3 this year. They lost to Kansas City and Baltimore on Monday night, and they lost on Thursday night to the Atlanta Falcons. So Tampa has to get right in this primetime matchup. Last time these teams played was 2023. A lot of different circumstances back then, but the Cowboys won that game 31-14. Keep an eye on the turnover ratio. Both teams have turned the ball over a little bit. Dallas is -5, Tampa Bay -2. Both of these teams have great kickers. Brandon Aubrey of the Cowboys, well known, 32 for 37. He's made 2 kicks this year of over 60 yards. And don't look past Chase McLaughlin of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. He's 25 for 27. He has been outstanding. The injuries to report this week, Jalen Brooks, wide receiver for the Cowboys, is out. Trevon Diggs obviously is out. I think they just put him on IR, so you're going to see some backup corners playing for the Cowboys once again. Tampa Bay still has some serious injuries. Safety Antoine Winfield with that knee injury is still out. They have a receiver, Cameron Johnson. He's out of the football game. KJ Britt, linebacker, is doubtful. And Cade Otton, their leading receiver with 59 catches at the tight end position, he is doubtful as well. Those could be big losses for Tampa Bay. Keep an eye on one player for the Cowboys, Turpin. He's their punt returner. He's averaging 11.1 per punt return. He's also averaging 34.4 on kickoff returns. I'd be surprised if Todd Bowles gives Turpin any good looks. Let's get into these matchups. Okay, Tampa Bay's offense against the Dallas Cowboy defense. It looks like there are some mismatches on this side of the ball. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are one of the best offenses in all of football. Offensive coordinator Liam Cohen has done a great job with his balanced offense. Remember, the last 2 seasons, Tampa Bay was 32nd in the NFL in rushing. That is not true anymore. The Buccaneers have one of the top rushing games in all of football. They're 4th in the league with 150 yards a game rushing, averaging 5.2 yards a clip. The Cowboy defense is 29th against the run. That seems to bode well for the Buccaneers. Tampa Bay has 2 very good backs And they have a guy that should get some Rookie of the Year consideration, Bucky Irving. Bucky Irving has 852 yards with a 5.6 yard average, and he's caught 38 passes. Bucky Irving and Rachaad White, who has over 500 yards himself, give Tampa Bay a 1-2 combination against the run defense that has struggled. Not only that, Baker Mayfield has had a career year here in Tampa, and I love watching him compete. He's thrown for 3,600 yards, 71%, and 32 touchdowns. He does have 14 interceptions, but this is an aggressive, competitive quarterback playing at the best level he's ever played at. He's also a great scrambler. Mayfield has rushed for 266 yards, a lot of first downs. Last week against the Chargers, he scrambled, he stopped, and made a great throw to Evans for a 50-yard touchdown. He has great playing strength, and he has very good playing speed. A lot of defenses underestimate that, and I think that's going to serve him well against Micah Parsons, who's really running hot for the Cowboys. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers offensive line is the strength of their team. And I think Tampa Bay might have the best offensive line from left to right in the entire NFL. Tristan Wirfs at left tackle and Luke Gedeke at right tackle. They are awesome. Excellent pass protectors, and they are physical, man, in the running game. Their rookie, Barton, first-round pick out of Duke, has been a difference maker at center, and Bredesen and Mock at guard have been outstanding. They have a great screen game. They're missing Chris Godwin, one of their top receivers, but they have used their running backs to supplement that loss. We have talked about Irving's 38 catches. Rachaad White has 43. That's 81 catches already between two halfbacks. Now, Cade Otton might be out of the game, and he has 59 grabs. That could be a big loss for Tampa. But we do expect Tampa to pound the ball at Dallas with this very physical offensive line. And they're athletic. They have a great screen game to keep this pass rush of Dallas off balance. I like it. The Cowboy defense under defensive coordinator Mike Zimmer, they do a lot of stuff. And it's a pressure defense. I think they're going to try to load the box and take away the Tampa Bay running game. And then they're going to try to get them in some third down situations and unleash some of these Zimmer blitzes. He uses 3-down schemes, 4-down schemes. He has the double-A package. He has a lot of arsenal that he can dial up if he gets you behind in the down and distance. Keep an eye on number 11, Micah Parsons. He's playing left defensive end, right defensive end. They move him inside. They stand him up. He's the chess piece that Mike Zimmer likes to use in passing situations. Also, Wilson, number 6, Donovan Wilson. He's around the line of scrimmage a lot. I call him a stinger because the strong safety blitzing off the edge, he can sting you, man, if you're not ready. So keep an eye on those two players that Coach Zimmer likes to move around. The leading tackler is Kendricks. He's number 50 for the Cowboys. They unfortunately lost a great linebacker a couple weeks ago, Overshown, but Kendricks is the leader. He is the straw that stirs the drink. He had a big interception last week. We have to keep an eye on him. He plays on every down. Leafau is a rookie linebacker out of Notre Dame. He's asked to play some tough snaps with Overshown on injured reserve. Key matchup is going to be Mike Evans. He's healthy. 2 touchdowns last week for the Buccaneers against the Chargers. Still averaging 14.5 yards a catch. I look for Bland, number 26, to be a key matchup for the Cowboys against Mike Evans. They have to neutralize Evans and make the Buccaneers go somewhere else. Because without Cade Otton, we know where Tampa Bay is going to be looking. They're going to be looking to Evans. Can't wait to see how this unfolds. Okay, when the Cowboys have the ball against this Buccaneer defense, I love it because it's Mike McCarthy and his design and preparation against Todd Bowles and his design and preparation of the Bucs. This should be interesting. Mike McCarthy, I think, has done a great job reinventing this offense when Dak Prescott went down. Remember, they also lost Zach Martin, a star right guard. So they have had to reinvent their offense, and they have slowly but surely evolved into a real balanced offense. Rico Dowdle has more yardage rushing in the last 3 weeks than any man in the NFL. 3 straight 100-yard games. They use 11 personnel. They'll use 12 personnel. They'll get 2 backs and 2 tight ends and call it 22 personnel, but they're mixing and matching personnel quite a bit. And Cooper Rush is a lot different than Dak Prescott. He's not a scrambling quarterback. They're not going to design any zone reads for him. He is a pocket passing, timing-oriented quarterback. And he's completing almost 60% of his passes, 10 touchdowns, 3 interceptions, and they've won 3 out of 4 games. Their only loss was against the Bengals, and the Bengals got 7 points on that crazy block punt, if you remember. But he is not a scrambler. He relies on rhythm and timing, and Mike McCarthy has handed the ball off to Dowdle quite a bit and set up some pretty good play-action passes. The Cowboys have had a lot of injuries and issues on their offensive line. Guyton, the rookie left tackle, was replaced by Edoga last week, but Edoga moved into guard because they had so many injuries over there. So we don't know if it's going to be Guyton or Edoga at left tackle, but Guyton is a rookie. He's had issues. Edoga's played pretty good, but he is the backup coming out of camp. Left guard Tyler Smith has been a stud for Dallas. Hoffman is going to be the center because their rookie starter, Beebe from Kansas State, got hurt. So we're going to have a backup at center. And at right guard, we already said Zach Martin is out for the season. Last week, they went with T.J. Bass. He came out of the game, and I saw Edoga move from left tackle to right guard. They also played Shepley, number 65, who's from Canada. So they've had issues. And Steele at right tackle has had his flickering moments this year, good and bad. The tight end position is led by Ferguson. He's their second leading receiver. But this pass offense runs through C.D. Lamb. He has 94 catches, over 1,000 yards. He's third in the league in both categories. Heck, the next receiver after Lamb is Tolbert. He's only got 40 catches. So Todd Bowles, I'm sure, is going to zero in on C.D. Lamb. He also knows Cooper Rush is going to be in the pocket. I do believe they're going to have some great game day designer blitzes for Rush. And I know Todd Bowles and the Buccaneers. They are going to load the box. They are going to make it very hard for Dallas to run the football. Tampa Bay has done a great job on defense. After the bye, the Bucs are 4-0, and the biggest reason is they're only giving up 15 points a game. Todd Bowles has done a great job with his defensive staff reinventing their defense, just like Mike McCarthy has had to reinvent the offense. Tampa Bay's lost their great safety, Winfield. They've lost their other safety, Jordan Whitehead. They've had numerous injuries to KJ Britt, Dennis, a couple really good linebackers. Heck, they just got Cansey back, so they've had a lot of moving parts as well. They have a high-volume defense. Todd Bowles is going to give you a lot of looks and a lot of different pressures, creative blitzes. And they run blitzes and fronts and stunts that are exclusive to Tampa that not anybody else runs. I love that. And they change it up on a weekly basis. So with a young quarterback like Cooper Rush, some young linemen like Dallas is playing, I think Todd Bowles is going to jazz it up. Tampa's got 2 excellent players inside on their defense. Vita Vea, number 50, and this second-year pass rusher, Cansey, who was a first-rounder out of Pittsburgh last year, is really coming on. He's athletic. You know those 3 techniques down here, Warren Sapp, Gerald McCoy. Now it seems like they got another one that's on the rise. I like Cansey. The best player on this Tampa Bay defense is Levante David, number 54. What a performance this man put on last week. He had 2 sacks, 12 tackles. He's all over the place. He's punched the ball out over 30 times in his career. He is an impact performer, and he does it all. He'll never leave the field. I love the emergence of McCullough at one corner, and they welcome back Dean, number 35, on the other corner. That gives Tampa 2 pretty good corners. And I think their best corner is their rookie, Tyke Smith, number 23. I love Tyke Smith because he has the ability to match up with CeeDee Lamb if he goes in the slot. Remember, CeeDee plays inside about 50% of the time. So Tampa's pretty good at corner right now. It's just these safeties. They are really thin at safety. And I'll say this, Merriweather, 26, has stepped up. Izzian, number 29, is magnificent. He can play in the box like a linebacker. He's played nickel in the past. I've seen him play corner. Now you see him playing safety. But it's the job the Buccaneers have done with undrafted free agent linebackers. Russell, 51. Jones, 53. Hell of a job. And Todd Bowles has little packages for everybody. So if I'm Mike McCarthy, I might rev up the no-huddle offense, play fast, and maybe not let Coach Bowles get to all these crazy creative packages that he has. But I look for this to be a great coaching matchup between Bowles and McCarthy, two of the best at what they do. Okay, to me, this is an easy pick. I'm going with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 31, the Cowboys, 20. I think Tampa's going to stay red hot and ride this wave right into the playoffs. Game Time is focused on togetherness this holiday season. When you bring people together at live events, the experience is that much better, and it's the perfect gift. You know how much we love Game Time. Now, with their brand new Game Time Picks feature, they're making it even easier to get to a game. Game Time Picks filters out the fluff to show you only the incredible deals on great seats so you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets. I was looking at tickets for the Buccaneers at Cowboys, and I saw an amazing Game Time Picks deal for great seats, starting at $16. Just pull up your chosen event and turn on the GT Picks setting at the top of the screen, or browse the best local Game Time Picks deals near you on your Game Time app homepage. What are you waiting for? I'm going to buy those Buccaneer tickets now with Game Time Picks. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code Gruden for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code GRUDEN for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time.